All right, so hi everyone. A very good morning to all of you, and welcome back once again to another class of top 100 MCQs for the upcoming JAIIB examination. In this series, my dear friends, we are covering top 100 MCQs of Module A of IE and IFS. After that, module wise हम 100 MCQs हर एक सब्जेक्ट का कवर कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, I am taking the Module A of IE and IFS, and I will be taking the Module C also. And Prakash sir will be taking the module B and module D. Happy Dashera to everyone, and happy Gandhi Jayanti as well, and happy Shastri Jayanti as well. And yeah, so please give me a thumbs up if you can see me properly and can hear me properly. Then I'll quickly start the class. And I hope, my dear friends, the preparations for the upcoming JAIIB examinations are going well. If not, please gear up yourself. And if you want to uh, if you want to prepare quickly, you can just enroll in our course, which are live right now, which is live right now. ठीक है, चलिए start करते हैं with question number 1. Question number 1 says, consider the following statements. Consider the following statements with respect to 12th 5-year plan, and you need to identify the correct statements. Okay. So this 12th 5-year plan, my dear friends, was the last plan in the series of. It was the last plan. One second, I hope. Yeah, it was the last plan in the series of 5-year plans. In the series of 5-year plans, it was the last plan. After that, the government is relying, or the entire country is relying on Niti Aayog for the planning. All types of planning in the country now is being done by Niti Aayog. Before this, there was planning commission for all these economic planning. 12th plan was the last plan for a duration of 2012 to 17. Okay, the plan was based on the theme towards faster and more inclusive growth. No, in fact, this theme towards faster and more inclusive growth was for the 11th 5-year plan. The 12th 5-year plan has had the theme of faster, somewhat similar, but there is one difference: faster, more inclusive, and sustainable growth. Okay, that was the theme of 12th 5-year plan. So the 12th 5-year plan was also focused on sustainable growth as well. It talked about sustainability as well. So this is incorrect. It was aimed at strengthening infrastructure projects and providing electricity supply in all villages. Yes, through the Pradhan Mantri Saubhagya Yojana. The duration of the plan was 2011 to 16. No, as I just told you, it was 2011 12 to 17. And NDC approved a growth rate of 8% for this plan. Yes. So we need to identify the correct statements, which means the right answer will be option B, only 2 and 4. Which of the following plans had that theme of growth with social justice and equality? This was the only plan which talked about the growth with social justice and equality. Actually, this growth with social justice and equality, actually the social justice and equality was actually somewhat ingrained in all the other plans as well. But in this particular plan, it was highlighted. Okay, it was highlighted. It was the 9th 5-year plan, my dear friends. Which of the following durations in the history of economic planning in India is considered as a period of planned holiday? So I discussed it in the last class as well. So our economy was going through a lot of, a lot of hurdles, a lot of ups and downs, right? In the period of 1960 to 70. 60 to 70 का जो दौर था Indian economy के लिए, that was not very good. Because of 62 Indo-China war, 65 India-Pakistan war, and a lot of droughts. Continuously बहुत सारे droughts हो गए थे हमारे देश में अलग-अलग जगहों पे. And this led to downturn. This led to जो हमारी इंडियन इकोनॉमी थी वो बहुत ज़्यादा नीचे गिर गई थी. This led to a downfall in the Indian economy. ठीक है, इट शुक द इंडियन इकोनॉमी एक्चुअली. ठीक है, सो इसीलिए भारत सरकार ने डिसाइड किया कि 66 से 69 तक हमें शॉर्ट टर्म प्लानिंग की जरूरत है. वी कांट गो फॉर द लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग ऑफ 5 years. So the government decided to go for annual planning in these 3 years, and these annual plans were for the period of 66-69. And this plan period is also called as plan holiday. Because why it is called as plan holiday? Because there were no 5-year plans in this period. So option B is the correct answer. What type of inflation occurs when overall prices increase due to increase in the cost of wages and raw materials? So देखो, when there is an increase in the cost of wages, when there is an increase in the cost of wages and raw material, what does it mean? It means that it is definitely going to increase the prices of finished product. ठीक है, जो finished product होगा उसका जो prices है वो बढ़ेगा, यानी कि जो प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट है, बेसिकली प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट जो है वो इंक्रीज हो गई। अब अगर प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट इंक्रीज होगी तो क्या होगा भाई, प्राइसेस इंक्रीज होंगे कि नहीं होंगे? ठीक है, क्या ऐसे समझो, अगर प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट इंक्रीज होगी लेकिन जो हमारा जो मैन्युफैक्चरर है उसके पास रिसोर्सेज कांस्टेंट है, प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट बढ़ गई तो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, सप्लाई विल गो डाउन। ऐसे समझ लो, सप्लाई विल गो डाउन, बट द डिमांड वाज कांस्टेंट। डिमांड तो कांस्टेंट थी, डिमांड में तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा। So now when supply is when supply is going down, the demand is constant. Of course, the prices will go up. The prices will go up. Okay, the general price level will go up, and this will called as cost push inflation because this inflation has occurred because of the increase in cost of wages and raw materials. ठीक है, इसको दूसरे तरीके से और हम समझने की कोशिश करें. So if the production cost is going up, obviously the manufacturer will increase the prices. ऐसा समझ लो, the manufacturer will increase the prices because चलो उसके पास मान लेते रिसोर्सेज है, ठीक है, रिसोर्सेज है तो उसने प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट बढ़ाई, तो जब उसकी प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट बढ़ेगी प्राइसेस तो वो बढ़ाएगा ही ना। ठीक है, प्राइसेस बढ़ गए, डिमांड कांस्टेंट है, ठीक है, तो प्राइस अगेन, फिर प्राइस जो है वो बढ़ गए, इसमें सप्लाई डिमांड हटा दिया हमने, प्राइसेस बढ़ गए तो इन्फ्लेशन आ गया। सो व्हाट इज इट, कॉस्ट पुश इन्फ्लेशन। क्लियर है? चलिए आगे चलते हैं। सेकेंड, which of the following types of inflation is correctly described as too many dollars chasing too few goods? ठीक है जी, too many dollars chasing too few goods, तो ये तो क्लियर है, नाम से ही क्लियर है, राइट। too many dollars, बहुत सारा पैसा, यानी कि मनी सप्लाई इज इनफ इन द इकोनॉमी, ठीक है, लेकिन गुड्स की जो है वो कमी है, गुड्स की क्या है, कमी है, ठीक है। तो अब जब मनी सप्लाई बहुत ज़्यादा होगी, मनी सप्लाई जब बहुत ज़्यादा होगी तो डिमांड बढ़ जाएगी, ठीक है, द डिमांड विल गो अप, एंड व्हेन द डिमांड इज गोइंग अप, ठीक है, एट द कांस्टेंट सप्लाई, व्हाट्स गोइंग टू हैपन, इट इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू लीड टू अ सिचुएशन ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन। क्या हो जाएगा जी, इससे इन्फ्लेशन आ जाएगी कि नहीं आ जाएगी? अरे हाँ कि ना, इन्फ्लेशन आ जाएगी। और ये किस तरीके की इन्फ्लेशन है, डिमांड इंक्रीज हुई, मनी सप्लाई थी इकोनॉमी में, ने क्या करा, डिमांड को बढ़ा दिया, तो इट इज अ डिमांड पुल इन इन्फ्लेशन, ठीक है, इट इज अ डिमांड पुल इन्फ्लेशन, राइट। Question number 6. In the year 1991, Indian economy faced an acute shortage of foreign exchange. Which of the following was not one of the factors for the shortage? We faced an acute shortage of foreign exchange, इतना that we had only 3 weeks of foreign exchange to pay our import bills. ये हमने पिछले की क्लासेस में भी पढ़ा था, ठीक है। But there were certain factors that led to this particular shortage. ठीक है, क्या क्या थे? Gulf War between the Gulf countries of Iraq and Kuwait, which pushed the oil prices up, and how the increase in oil prices led to the shortage in the foreign exchange. Of course, when we purchase the oil, we have to pay the bill in foreign exchange only, in dollars, ठीक है। So that led to, अब जब prices बढ़ेंगे तो ज़्यादा डॉलर निकलेगा, so this is correct. Private remittances from Indians working abroad fell down. Yes, क्योंकि ये वॉर वगैरह चल रही थी और सबसे ज़्यादा रेमिटेंस कहाँ से आता था, गल्फ कंट्री से ही आता था। तो जब किसी कंट्री में वॉर चलेगी तो वहाँ के जो वहाँ पे लोग काम कर रहे होंगे, ऑफकोर्स उनके ऊपर इम्पैक्ट आएगा, एंड अगर वहाँ पे कोई इंडियन काम कर रहा है तो उसकी जॉब पे भी इम्पैक्ट आएगा, तो वो रेमिटेंस कैसे भेजेगा? एंड रेमिटेंस इज वन ऑफ द मेजर सोर्स ऑफ इंडियाज फॉरेन एक्सचेंज टुडे ऑल्सो। There were huge external debts on the country and fresh debts were denied by the international institutions. Yes, we discussed it in one of the class कि इंडिया के पास ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा डेट था और जो इंटरनेशनल बैंक्स थे या इंस्टीट्यूशंस थे उन्होंने मना कर दिया कि नहीं, अब हम और आपको लोन नहीं दे सकते भाई, बिकॉज नाउ देर इज योर sovereignty at is at the risk. India's sovereignty was at the risk at that particular time. India was seen as a country which was not able to pay its debt, ठीक है, तो इसलिए बाकी कंट्रीज ने भी जो इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस थे उन्होंने मना कर दिया। बाद में ऑल्दो IMF और वर्ल्ड बैंक ने ऑन सर्टेन कंडीशंस लोन दे दिया था। फॉरेन एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन लीडिंग टू फूड इंपोर्ट्स, ऑफ कोर्स ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था, दिस वाज नॉट वन ऑफ द फैक्टर। for the shortage of foreign exchange in the year 1991. So the right answer is option D. Which of the following is not one of the key features of liberalization policy adopted by Government of India in 1991 economic reforms? So through the 1991 economic reforms, we came up with three reforms: liberalization, privatization, and globalization. The liberalization policy, my dear friends, liberalized the Indian economy by abolishing the industrial licensing, by technology upgradation, by revamping the fiscal and monetary policy, by revamping the export-import policy, ठीक है, by taking care of the foreign trade as well. तो ये कुछ लिबरलाइजेशन की पॉलिसीज थी. जो ऑटोनॉमी टू पीएसयू है, ये किसका पार्ट था? ये था प्राइवेटाइजेशन का पार्ट. प्राइवेटाइजेशन में द गवर्नमेंट मेजरली फोकस्ड ऑन टू थिंग्स. वन इज द ऑटोनॉमी टू पीएसयू एंड अनदर इज द डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट. ठीक है, दूसरा क्या था? डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट इन द पीएसयूज व्हिच आर नॉट परफॉर्मिंग वेल. So the right answer is option C. You guys can keep answering as well if you want, if you know the answer. What is the minimum investment threshold for an enterprise to be classified as a small enterprise? So recently, as on from 1st of April 2025, the definition of MSME has been revised. So micro, small, and medium. This is the definition. All of these enterprises are defined in two terms: investment threshold and turnover threshold. For तो याद कर रखा है मैंने. देखो ऐसे है 2.5 इंटू 10 फिर इंटू 5. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे 10 इंटू अगेन 10 फिर इंटू 500. ठीक है, इस तरीके से आप भी याद कर लेना. तो द क्वेश्चन इज रिगार्डिंग द स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज और इन्वेस्टमेंट थ्रेशोल्ड. इन्वेस्टमेंट स्मॉल 25 करोड़, 2.5 25 करोड़ विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर. ठीक है जी, इस तरीके से याद रखेंगे. और इससे तो मे वाले अटेम्प्ट में क्वेश्चन आया था और यहाँ पे भी आ सकता है. Consider the following statements with respect to credit guarantee scheme for MSEs and you need to identify the incorrect statements. The maximum credit guarantee cover is not 5 crores. It has been increased to 10 crores. Earlier it was 5 crores. The annual guarantee fee ranges from 0.37 to 1.20. The scheme is being implemented through Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for MEs for micro and small enterprises jointly set up by Ministry of MSME and SIDBI. Yes, the scheme is being implemented by the Ministry of MSME since the year 2000. ठीक है, सो इनकरेक्ट बताना है. ओनली वन विल बी द राइट आंसर. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर एक्टिविटीज आर नॉट इंक्लूडेड अंडर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ एनबीएफसीज? एनबीएफसीज क्या करते हैं? एनबीएफसीज हैव द functions of providing the loans and advances. They have the function of buying and selling of shares, stocks, debentures, debt securities, है ना. इसके अलावा लीजिंग, हायर परचेज, ये सारे कुछ फंक्शन होते हैं. लीजिंग, हायर परचेज, ऑल ऑफ दीज आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ एनबीएफसीज. ठीक है, इनमें से कौन से फंक्शन नहीं है हमें ये बताना है. एग्रीकल्चर ऑफ कोर्स नहीं है. बाइंग और सेलिंग गुड्स, इनका कोई काम नहीं है. इंक्लूडिंग सिक्योरिटीज मेंशन है. कोई सर्विस ये प्रोवाइड नहीं करते हैं. और जनरल लिखा हुआ, ऑल्दो दे प्रोवाइड व्हेन इट इज अ सर्विस व्हेन दे प्रोवाइड अ लोन. ठीक है, बट जनरल, अगर जनरल लिखा हो कि प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज, व्हाट डज इट मीन बाय प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज, है ना. डीलिंग इन सेल, परचेज और कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी. ऑल, इनमें से कोई भी एनबीएफसी का फंक्शन नहीं है दोस्तों. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी. Which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to the net owned fund compliance for NBFC? NOF of at least 10 crore has to be maintained effective from 1st October 2022. Correct. New NBFCs must meet the 10 crore NOF requirement from the outset. Yes. Existing NBFCs must comply with 10 crore NOF threshold by 31st March 2027. Okay, it has to be achieved by 31st March 2027. This is the incorrect statement, which is the right answer to this question. And this option D is absolutely correct. Which of the following types of NBFCs must have minimum 75% of total assets deployed in infrastructure lending? It is infrastructure finance company. Very straightforward question. The right answer is option A. According to the revised guidelines of PSL, the RBI has increased the loan limit under PSL for education from 20 lakh to how much lakh per individual? ठीक है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. रिवीजन ऑफ, देखो PSL से क्वेश्चन आता ही आता है. मुझे लगता है रिवीजन ऑफ PSL से क्वेश्चन इस बार आएगा. ठीक है. The loan limit under PSL for education has been increased, my dear friends, from 20 lakh to 25 lakhs. Which of the following is which of the following arms of the World Bank is also known as soft lending arm of the World Bank? IDA. ठीक है. IDA, International Development Association, is also known as the soft lending arm of the World Bank because it provides interest-free loans. Because it provides interest-free loans to the poor, to the poorest countries in the world for their development. ठीक है. And last question for the day: of all the following arms of World Bank, India is not a member. Of which of the following arms of World Bank India is not a member? India is not a member of ICSID. Rest of the four जो है हमारे आर्म्स, IBRD, IFC, IDA एंड मीगा, इन सब का इंडिया मेंबर है. 4 और एक ये 5वां ICICID, इंडिया इसका मेंबर नहीं है. ठीक है. सो द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी. Alright, my dear friends, that's it for today's class. I hope all the questions and their explanations are clear. This is a series where we are covering 15 to 20 questions daily to cover top 100 MCQs for the module A of IE and IFS. Thank you very much for being with me. Goodbye, take care, and God bless.